2050, 2051, I believe episode 27, which would be season 27, we've got a bumper, an absolute monstrosity of an episode. We're in pretty bad form, we're in pretty bad shape, but I do genuinely believe that is about to change because some of the games we've got coming up, I think favour us. We're starting off, Bangladesh, 2 tests at home. We've got the T20 World Cup in the West Indies. Then we've got 5 test matches in England. Then we played Bangladesh away for 2 and Zimbabwe away for 2. So, world ratings, if we beat England away, huge impact. Likewise, it could go absolutely belly up. Rayford Campbell still in the top 10. Brandon Alley's in the top 4. And all-rounders, well, we've never quite managed to conquer that. But I do have some interesting points to run through. And this is one of the reasons that I believe the future may possibly be quite bright for the West Indies. Brian Morgan's 25 years old. He's already played 10 one-days and he's averaging 70. That's skewed with 5 not outs. But again, he's quite an interesting thing. He's not played domestic first-class cricket. He's a first-class number 5, which would suit us quite nicely. So maybe one for us to look at. Same here with Nick Moore. He's only 23 years old. He averages 32. But he's got a really high mid-60s second team average. And he's not played a lot of domestic cricket, so he's not ready yet. But there is stuff to like. If we look at the highest first-class averages, Malcolm Paul's 26. We gave him 2 tests, batted him out of position in the middle order, and I dropped him. But there's a lot to like about his stats. 86 games is a huge piece of work to look at and go, he's pretty good. Also, his average is better than Rayford Campbell's. Different sort of player. Rayford Campbell's very aggressive. This is average aggression, but I think there's something to keep looking at. And this guy, Joel Ramasaron, beautiful name, averages 24 with about 51 wickets at 22, all-round leg spinner. I love a bit of that. And he's got 6 one-days to his name, strike rate of 21, a strike rate of 37 in domestic cricket. He could be potentially a game changer. Now, he does come with a downside. His economy rate is really high at 3.72. And another leg spinner to keep an eye on is Mark Rose, who's 24 years old, has gone and played a one-day game. 48.4 strike rate. That, in context, is above Ashmead Need in domestic cricket. But an economy rate of 2.85 is exceptional. Now, I just want to take a second to roll back to Jeff Salmon, who was good enough at one stage to score a double hundred in Australia and make the thumbnail. That's no mean feat. His career really floundered for us. He's got a first-class average of 39, 42 in domestic cricket, but in 40 test matches, and he was given a huge amount of rope at number 3. Just the 1 century, that was the problem. 1850s from 40 games isn't too bad, and probably not far off what I'd expect, but the 1 century was the problem, meaning he only averaged 33. Likewise, probably the same in one-day cricket, never quite had the conversion rate. The other thing I was looking at is going, who's got a good average in ODI cricket? Rayford Campbell's averaging 46 with 29 one-day centuries. That kid is he's like the reincarnation. He's not Bradman. I can't go there, but he's an exceptional player. But Sonny Elford, who we've given 16 tests to, has got 4 centuries in ODI cricket and averages 52. So I think there's something really good here. He's a number 5, so I think we've just got to slot him into that 5 hole. Perry Hunt, I think, is going to be very unlucky and missing out the team. Sonny Moabir is definitely done. 111 tests, 7,473 runs, 17 centuries. Unfortunately, we gave him a few too many games. His average kept dropping and dropping, and we dropped it below 40. He's a better player than averaging 40, particularly in his pomp. And he was captain for such a long time for us. And then I guess the question is, what do we do with Joel Mohammed? He's 30 years old. He's probably in his peak years. We've got Paul, who's 26. Mohammed, does he warrant a place in the team? Well, 3 centuries and average 49 last year. But there has been bad seasons as well. So I don't think he's done enough to be dropped. If we look at some of the averages from last year, Murray, Mohammed and Campbell were exceptional. Sonny Elford had a bad year, but like I said, 26 years old. He's got 150 not out in a one-day. So there's something there we want to work with. Seeley's going to stay because he's our wicket keeper. And we've had so many players that can keep wickets over the years in the same team. We've not had to worry about, hey, we definitely need a wicket keeper. But he's going to have to stay in the team. And young Oswayne George has hit the ground running, averaging 53. So I don't think there's room for Paul just yet. But we are going to bring Ramasaron into the team. Now, the other thing I found really interesting while I was sat here going through it, our away record is phenomenal. We lost to India 3-0, but remember we did beat them. We lost to South Africa, but all of them are draws or wins. It's our home form on seaming wickets that's been the problem. Lost against England, lost against India, lost against New Zealand, drew against Pakistan, lost against South Africa, drew against Ireland. So I feel there might be a need to change from the seaming wicket, which has served us so well. And it's always a big call to make, but I do feel the right thing might be going to a spinner's deck. Would mean that Brian Morgan misses out. It condenses our middle order. I don't think Sealy's a number 4. In fact, I'll go as far as saying I think George is probably the better player to play at number 4. And we've got the ability here to get rolled pretty quick. But 2 leg spinners in the... oh my days, look at the conditions. You can't put 2 leg spinners on that. Well, you can, because it's going to turn. It's going to turn heaps. We're doing it. We're 4.5 stars, so we're obviously diminishing the team, but definitely going to have a bowl in those conditions. Interesting first day. They're 175 for 5. We've been off for rain 3 hours 16 minutes, and this guy, Sumya Kwayum, 118 not out from 174 balls, has played probably the greatest knock of his life. Maybe take that away. The kid is phenomenal. 1,000 runs at an average of 90 with 6 centuries. What even is that? What a start to the kid's career. 3-3-5. Bangladesh have played really, really well here. Off the back of Kwangum's 162 he ended up with. Does drop his average down slightly to 86, but what a player. Also, Ramasaron, 13 overs. He went at 5s, but 3 wickets. I think that's what we're going to get from him. His domestic career is a strike rate of 36, and he went at 27 here. Economy of 3.77, and he went at 5s here. So we might see a lot of that, but we could take a lot of wickets. Tail got blown away here, but we do take a 76-run lead, which is a good place to be. Rayford Campbell knocks up Test match century number 23. The guy's a machine. Over 9,000 Test match runs. Is there a chance at 33 years old he could break the record for the most amount of runs in Test cricket? I very much doubt it. Fulham Murray, he might go past Chanderpaul. He scores, 34 years old. He scores Test match century number 12 from just 48 games. There wasn't a lot from anyone else. We did get a great start from Joe Mohammed as well, but it puts us in a good position. The ball's spinning just a little bit more now. They lead by 103, but we've got 3 for 17 from Ramasaron. And please, just Bobby, don't butcher his name and then stick with it like you did with Ramroot, calling him Gamroot for the entirety of the save. That's an excellent first game of cricket for a 27-year-old. 2 spinners take 5 wickets in this innings. The 2 spinners took 5 wickets in the other innings. I like it. 100 to win. You see me cruising, brother. Mohammed, 50 in each innings. Glad we didn't drop him. He's had a really good test. He's in a decent bit of form. Great performance. Spinners work, but this guy, Kwangum, that's a lot of runs. We are incredibly an inexperienced team with George 5 tests, Ramasaron 1, Ramikisson 3. There's a lot of youth. Well, not youth. They're not even that young. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players past 30. And Staples 34, remember, and he just made his first class debut, professional debut the other day. We're batting. Not the best. 2, 3, 4. Murray with 63. Starts throughout the top 6, but Ali and Ramasaron providing some quality at 7 and 8. 61 run lead for Bangla. We pull this back quite nicely because at one stage they're none for 90. At one stage they're 2 for 140, and it was the spinners again. They offered 48 overs of pretty reasonable 2.83 economy spin with 5 wickets. This is going to be quite tight. They need 310 to win. Fulham Murray started the season red hot. He scores 141 here. The form is exceptional. 2 really good centuries to his name. Test match century 13 to go with 13 50s. Oswayne George bags a 50. First meaningful score of the episode. Keeps his average just below 50. Not a lot else. We need these big scores. It is one of the trade-offs that we're making to have this sort of team. But it's uneven bounce, sharp turn, Predictor likes us. Win by 210. We bowl him out for 99. And Staple, this is just the most incredible journey. He played no first-class games. He's gone and had a first-class season now. 36 wickets at 26, so we might not have picked him, but he has been a great player for us. 89 test match wickets at 26. He bagged 7. We rolled through them. We win the series 2-0. It's definitely what this team needed. We get big contributions from Murray, Mohammed, George, Campbell. Look great. Alford and Seeley, not so much. There is still concern there, but we're going to give them time. Staple and Ramasara, the two new kids on the block, both exceptional test matches. Ramakisson, who came in last episode, well, he didn't have the best. He is 32 years old, but 59 wickets at 19 in first-class cricket last time around. Rankings like us for it. We move up slightly. Fuller Murray moves up to 7 in the world ratings. Rayford Campbell, Joel Mohammed at 14. Rayford Campbell drops to 17, but that's 3 in the top 20. India have gone on and won the T20 World Cup, which no one is surprised by. They beat England by a wicket. What's Casey Baker doing? 33 years old, opening the batting. He scores a century in the World Cup final, scored 209, and they get across the line. Oh my days. 10-run partnership right at the end, winning off the last ball. One of the great tests. Big contest. A series win here could play a huge part of the Test World Championship. But the world rankings is kind of what I'm targeting. Let's see if we can catch back up on England. They're an incredibly hard team to play against on this game. We don't get a spinner's deck. I'm torn between what to do with the lineup here. We need seamers. That's seaming all the time. I'm picking a sort of team that I don't normally go with and includes 2 debutants. This is quite incredible, but we've found this guy. Sean Peters, he's 27 years old. He's only played 7 first-class games. 40 wickets at 9 and a strike rate of 19. They're ludicrous numbers. He's played a couple of one-days and it's not quite worked out, but that doesn't mean he's not a great first-class player. The other one is Chris Rose. He's 32. He can't hold a bat to save his life. 50 wickets at 39 in one day. It's 44 at 25 here. But 49 at 41 and a great economy rate as well. Now, we could go with him or we could go with a Ramakisson, who has been quite reasonable for us as well. He hasn't played against the hardest opposition in his career, but 20 wickets, 26, it's not bad. So it does give us the extra seamer. Not sure it's the right thing to do. I think the other option would be to go with Marlon Grant, who I've just bought in. He's a all-rounder who averages 13 and can't really bat. But with the ball, 36 wickets at 23, a great economy rate, but he is expensive. He might fall into that Gordon category. Or we just go with George and take the extra batter. I feel like I might enjoy the extra batter more and appreciate it. This England team is really good. 3 players in the top 3 averaging over 50, plus Crayshaw down the order as well. With the ball, Daly's averaging 14. That might be one to watch, but this is going to be interesting. We're 2 debutants again, and day 1's the best day for batting, so let's hope we make the most of it. We did. 339 for 5 on day 1. We get 50s from Seeley, 50 from Alford, but the main show, the big show, Rayford Campbell, 34 years old, still plying his trade at the highest level. A century machine, number 24. Yeah, we kind of flutter away a little bit, but Brian Morgan on debut scores 50 as well. He did get dropped in that 50, but it's a 50 nonetheless. 355. Taking a lead of 134. Staple and Peters. Peters on debut, 4 for 27, 2.67 economy rate. There is so much to like about this. And this, unfortunately, is part of the West Indies problem. The structure is so strange and there's so many old players like Ashmead Need's not retired at 48. Some of these guys struggle to get a game, but they are good. Or good enough on debut. Hello, Brian Morgan on debut, scoring a 50, scoring 107. Most of these runs, or from about 50 onwards, was when I was just trying to thrash the ball towards the end. And sometimes it comes off and you end up with a really good position. But I'm ultra impressed with him on debut. We get 94 from Fuller Murray. We get some runs down the order. They need 454 to win. It's not a no, because they do it some of the time. But it is overcast. It is bowler-friendly conditions and uneven bounce. Oh my days, I had an all moment when Henley and Laker were batting. They've done us before. Henley scored. If we just look at his record versus us, he's scored runs against us multiple times, 550s, always frustrating, many 90s in there, but we get across the line, we go 1-0 up. Now, we were helped, particularly by the pitch and overcast conditions. This is going to be a lot harder, because this is a batting wicket and we could toil. Got to win the toss. This is absolutely huge. We're bowling. 603 for 6 declared. It is a road. I don't feel we're going to score 600. I've got a feeling we might get rolled here and battered. They get a great opening partnership. Steve Sutton, fresh off goalkeeping, he does really well. Ahern, who scored runs against us before, Test match century number 23. Hitchcock and Aggie. Well, Aggie scores 140 from 156. That's a good knock. And Hitchcock, I can't remember this guy, but 5 centuries to him. Pitch is slightly worse. Follow on not enforced. We get 100 from Sonny Alford. That's a big knock for him. Test match century number 2. We get 84 from Oswayne George, but we're blown away at the start by Christopher Freeman, that well-known bowler with 197 wickets at 30. Have a day out, sir. It is day 4, session 1. They are batting again. They're going to go for it. They declare again. 233 for 9. They were just literally trying to batter it. They go at 4 and a bit. We get 4 for Peters, 4 for Staple. It's 475 to win. The pitch is now uneven. We didn't do very well with the bat in the first innings. Surprise, surprise. England. Yeah, lose by 228. Not very good on the flat pitch here. We get more runs from Morgan, more from Sonny Alford. But we've been butchered. Our bowling attack has been decimated and drilled down. What have we got? More of the same, but it's going to turn. The chances now. Ramasaran almost bolsters up to a 5-star rated team. We've won the toss as well. That is good for us. 200 all out coming. Oh man, I was egging him on. We almost got a century from Ramasaran. 89 for him. That's a career best. Third 50. We get a 50 from Tyrone Ali. That's his 5th Test match 50 as well. They put on 121. We've done what England have been doing to us. We get meaningful contributions from everyone. They kept chipping away, particularly Coles here. 56 overs for his 5-er. He really had to work. A really good strike rate of 46 in Test cricket as well. 450 is a good score for us. It's already sharp term, and we've got the Ramon Saron enforced, the follow on. And Ramon Saron, the 4 for 62. Hey, I just met you, and this is Ramon Saron. 4 for 62. What a performance. We got the usual. Hitchcock, not just making great movies, but 4 sixes as well, thrashing it to the leg side. We did well here. I'm really happy with that. We've enforced the follow-on because it's, sharp turn. I don't want to bat last. Might run out of time. Need a few wickets from the seamers. 34 to win. We bowl them out for 268. We get 2 from Saron, 1 from Ali. But the overarching economy rate from those guys was brilliant. Peters with 6. What a signing. We signed him. We picked someone based on a database. 22 wickets at 22. What a start for him. And we fight back and we fight back and win. Mohammed 20, Campbell 15. We win by 10. Ramasamon, man of the match for 6 wickets and a top score of 89. We're 2-1 up. More wickets like that, please? Oh, maybe. It's a little bit overcast. It might come back to bite us a little bit. I wonder if there's scope for dropping Ali. 60 test matches, never really let us down, but doesn't run through teams. He's got a strike rate of 54 in domestic and 56 in test matches, whereas the Ramon Saron is 37 and 37. They're different agendas about your bowling, son. Also, shout out, he's averaging 45 and Morgan's averaging 67 since he's come into the team. We're going unchanged. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. We've won the toss. We've been inserted. Our short batting lineup might get found out here with the ball in overcast conditions. Yeah, 155 all out. Top order. Fragile as buggery. Oh, England have got a lead of 60. This is good. Rowan Saran with 2, Staple with 4. We picked up regular wickets. It's definitely not a 2-spinner sort of condition. It is going to turn. So if we can take a lead, but the conditions overcast are very conducive to great seam bowling, which England's got a little bit of. Shit the bed. 119 all out, rolled, overcast conditions. The clouds came in and we didn't do anything. Lose by 8 wickets. That's disappointing. We need pitches that suit us, because 2 spinners, we've been pretty good so far. That was not the pitch for 2 spinners. This one, it is going to turn. It's a proper bowler's deck. I can't believe I'm doing this, but Tyrone Ali is coming out of the team. I'm taking the extra seamer because of these sorts of it's not that much, is it? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. Decider. 2-piece. England away. Huge test match for us. We've won the toss. We're going to have... day 2 and 3 looks great to bat, doesn't it? We're still going to bat. 266, and we owe it to the lower order. Brandon Ali with 76 not out. That is a career best in any form of cricket. We had a lot down the order because the top order got knocked away as normal, unfortunately. Uneven bounce already coming into play. Wicket first over, I hear you say. Yeah, 83-run lead for England. They owe it to one partnership. It was here 142. The spin didn't work. We didn't get any breakthroughs. Kroll made 141, batted beautifully for Test match century number 15, and Drinkle with 83. 1550 is only 2 centuries, so not surprised he got out, but it does put us way behind the game on a uneven turning pitch, 83 runs behind. 159 runs to win. We're not going to do it. We're going to lose the series. Seeley with 70. Campbell and Mohammed have had a really poor series. Mohammed, non-8, non-1, 20 not out, 37, 12. You can read the numbers. They're the phone number type stuff. And Campbell as well, after that 100, hasn't made a 50. It's made a huge difference to our team. They need 159 runs to win. There is something that helps, though, and that's wickets. And Staple gets a Hearn. And then with his very second ball, he gets Henley. And then bowls a hat-trick ball to Kroll, which is blocked. And in the 7th over, he does get Kroll LBW. And we lose by 7 wickets. That was the end of it. We lose 3-2 in England. We've done ourselves well in periods, but the batting has been infuriating at times. Morgan and Murray both averaged 40. Alford 39, but George, Campbell, Seeley, Mohammed averaged 12. I should have gone with Paul, shouldn't I? And then with the ball, I thought we were quite reasonable at times. Staple and Peters were fantastic. Ramasara 9 at 32 and Ali 7 at 56 doesn't quite live up to the expectations we've been setting for ourselves. We only lose 1 point in the world ratings, and Test World Championship, well, there's always next year. Now, we are going to get good conditions for our setup of a team. And we do make the change. Paul comes in for Mohammed, who drops to the bench. 49 test matches, averaging 36. That's enough. Also, Brandon Ali, 35 years old now. I feel the wall is being hit. 18 wickets at 40 was very ineffective. So a slight change to the lineup with Paul coming in. And with the ball, Ramakissan is coming in. Ali is dropping out. So Staple and Peters taking the new ball. Drop down, not quite that good, but Noor's Bangladesh's ratings, and we've won the toss and we're going to bat. Let's go, boys. Almost 400 off the back of a Rayford Campbell 164. When he scores runs, he scores them big. His average is now at 46, 25 centuries. He was great. Fuller Murray with 50, Alford with 50. He's had, I feel, a sneakily under the radar, pretty good year for us. Averaging 34 in his career, averaging 35 this year, and the Tour of England was good. But Ramasaran and Ali, again, runs down the order, added 66 together. And Peters goes and gets a wicket in the very first over. Yeah, 131 run lead. This is pretty good. Peters, 4 for 49 was the standout. We got 43 overs of spin, 4 wickets. Ramasaran slightly expensive. I think I've just got to take it with a grain of salt. He's going to take wickets. He's a strike rate bowler. He's going to have good days. He's going to have bad days. But he's adding great value with the bat as well. Where are we? Day 3, session 2. Draw could be on the cards here. The pitch is already turning. Wow, we just got blown away a bit there. 220 all out. Seeley was 79. Again, just sneakily under the radar. Just puts together. Look at that. His ODI form. 2 centuries in the mixer as well. Very disappointed. Back end got blown away. Ali and Ramasaran both went for a ducks. Ahmed got 5. He ran through the wind. This slow left arm wrist spin. 46 wickets at 27. Don't see that a lot on the game. But they are going to need 352 to win on average bounce. Sharp turn, day 4, session 2. Yeah, win by 145. We've been pretty good against Bangladesh this episode. Not something to shout about. But 8 wickets for the spinners. They do exactly what I needed them to do. We do get across the line. We go 1-0 up. We've won 5 tests this episode. Only lost the 3 against England. Interesting. 4 and 5, Sealy and Alford both only averaging 33. Paul came in and added nothing in that game. But I'm going to stick with him. Rayford Campbell had a poor batting average for a lot. Oh, this is a road. The roads are the ones where we slip up. God knows how we've got 369. This was poor. We got 50s from Murray and Campbell, but quite often when it's a road, we get these starts and 50s and we don't go on. But Ali and Peters, they put on 94. Tyrone Ali's batting has been a thing of beauty for us as of late. There's 3, 4, 5 good scores in there for us. So 370, it's not the end of the world, but the pitch is very much a road, and we've got Kwangyum to deal with, who's averaging 72. So lead of only 20. We get 6 wickets from the spinners, but I bowled 16 overs past the new ball due, and nothing happened. So I've learnt my lesson. I've got a feeling we might screw this up. Campbell scores another 122 here, but again, nothing. Raja, Hussain, they all rip through our order. We got Peters and Staple adding some runs down the order. Campbell's just a specimen. Yes, he had a poor England series, 1 big 100 and that's it. But yeah, deeply disappointing. 293 to win on a pitch that's not that bad. Advantage Bangladesh, I would say. We do it. We get the win. We get 4 from Staple, 3 from Peters, really. Seamers got it done, got through the top order. We win the series 2-0, so we beat them 2-0, 2-0. Campbell average 89, Murray 40. But then this was poor. Morgan 12, Paul 15, Alford 24. That 3 and 4 hole isn't great. Sealy's a mid-30s batter, and that's all he's ever going to be, and I accept that. With the ball, Ramakisan came in. I bought him in for his strike rate because his strike rate's phenomenal in first-class cricket. Didn't quite work. We move up a point, which is a bit of nothing. Rayford Campbell in 11th with the bat, with the ball. Joseph Staple, number 2 in the world. One of the greatest stories ever told is his career. And with the all-round, Tyrone Ali in 4. Test World Championship 52. That's not bad. We've been on 66.65 a few times and you don't quite make it. Now, if we lose to Zimbabwe, I'm having a hissy fit because they have 0 points. They drew against us at home, but they've lost every other series and been swept in every other series. They're the worst team on the game, the worst team in Test history. I want to spend a bit of time looking at our greatest batter, Rayford Campbell. His average year on year is phenomenal. His strike rate year on year is phenomenal. Out of 2,600, 15 of them have been 150, plus 3 of those have been 200. The thing I wanted to look at his location record. So huge average in Bangladesh, Australia, Afghanistan and Ireland. India, South Africa, Pakistan, West Indies, good. But England 35, Sri Lanka 34, New Zealand 32, Zimbabwe 30. So it's not quite as much of a bully as I thought he might be. And against opponents as well. He's got a poor average against Zimbabwe, New Zealand, England. Averaging 40 is not bad. So England, New Zealand and Zimbabwe are the teams that he hasn't got the best record against. He's only played 4 matches against Zimbabwe and averaged 30. No centuries to his name. Is he going to turn that around? 4 centuries against England, which again just isn't bad. It's not bad at all. It's just not on his normal level, that's all. But let's hope we get spinning deck. Kind of. It's a great batting deck. I don't know what to do about these two. The records are superb. We could go... No, we definitely need 3 seamers in there. I want to give Ram a kiss. And I'm sticking with Paul. I've done this. Rayford Campbell's career was poor at the start. I'm going to prove it. Campbell, well, when I say average, here... 50 innings, he was averaging 35, and then he got going. Paul's on a different level, but you see what I'm saying. 4.5 stars against 1.5 stars. We've lost the toss. We are going to bowl. Remember, they've got Sithole, who at one stage randomly was ranked number 1 in the world with the bat. He's currently number 45. 177 all out. Good performance. Ali and Ramakissan. Ramasarons. Oh no, I dread to look back and edit this and go how many times I've butchered his name. 3 for 34. They were great. Peters and Staple got wickets up top. Put us in a great position. Pitch hasn't changed. Conditions look great. Please, Campbell, do something special. That's pretty poor. 314. We get starts. Campbell 60, Morgan 60, 20s and 30s throughout. 43 from Staple down the order. Watch this space, averaging 9. 78 to win. Ramasaron, he goes and bags 4. Ali 3, Staple 3. They offered some resistance. There was a good partnership here of 114 that got me slightly worried, but 78 to win, we should be alright, right? We are alright. Ramasaron, man of the match. 37 for Paul and Murray. Sonny Alford is frustrating me a little bit because he's averaging 32, but he's a better player than that. He's got to be a better player than that, but he doesn't score many centuries, so I just wonder whether we make a sneaky move like that, because George, 30 years old, but has been very reasonable. We're only 4 stars here. What is going on? 700. I cashed in a few chips here and I wasn't going to cut the boys short because they've had a tough time. Rayford Campbell, 282. That's a career best in any format of cricket. He was the butcher. 4 sixes, 35 fours, 71 strike rate, consistent throughout. Quite incredible. Seeley gets test match century number 4. Again, I wasn't going to cut him short. Just let the guy bat. Let him get some runs on the board. Oswayne George comes in and he scores 170. I did give him the get on with it treatment and he got it done. 50 for Morgan as well. 700's a phenomenal score. It's day 3, session 1. Essentially, we've got 3 days to bowl them out twice. We've got a good lead here. 229 all out. 4 for Peters and Staple. They were brilliant. Ramakissan under the radar. 25 wickets at 30. Strike rate of 59. It's very average. Slightly high on the economy rate. But good position. 471 run lead. We've got over 2 days to bowl them out. It's a monster. 361 runs and an innings. That's a strange way of saying it. Victory. We have battered them. We've done it. Oswayne George, 170, great. Canberra average 114. That's pretty useful as well. Cashed in a 100 chip against them. Well done you. Seeley, great, average 69. Staples 65. Morgan 59. Who failed? Alford. With the ball equally quite as exceptional, to be honest. Staple and Peters superb. Ramasaron superb. We pick up the win. It doesn't do anything. Like, we're on 92 points. It doesn't do anything. But it does help the world ratings. Rayford Campbell, number 10. The ball, Tyrone Ali in 6th. Staple in 8th. Ali in 12th. And on the all-rounders charts, they must have some serious all-rounders. Yeah, averaging 25 and 30. They're serious all-rounders. Because Tyrone Ali, averaging 18 and 26, isn't getting close. And to finish off the ODI World Cup, by the barest of margins, England versus New Zealand in the final. 301 for England, plays 272. The West Indies. Well, we didn't make the... That's not bad, 4 and 5. I would take a little bit of that. But for one of the first times, I can actually see what's gone on in the competition. And India have won it a lot. You literally need it to be the last tournament on the game to be able to click see tables or history. And that will do it for this episode. We will be back next time. Test World Championship looks like a 5th place finish, so not too bad, but chance to grow next time around. We'll see you then.